Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be reviewing enhypen's discography. I'm really excited for this video because I watched Island as it aired, but once enhypen debuted, I didn't really take the time to listen to their music or keep up with them. So now that they've had their third comeback, here I am listening to all their music, and I have things to say. So yeah, but this is just my opinion. We already know that, so let's get into the video. Border Day 1. As I was listening to this mini album, I was shocked because I don't remember Given Taken sounding this good. Like I liked it the first time I heard it, but I didn't love it. But like it's just very like gorgeous. I love the vocals and I love the chorus. Yeah, I think it's a really good introduction to like them as a group, especially as we get into their other music. So onto the B-sides. Let Me In, the first thing I thought of was Boyfriend by Big Time Rush, but I love the drop and the chorus in general, and the way the background vocals are added into the last chorus make it so atmospheric, and just how it strips down in the end. I just really, really like this song. Next up is 10 Months. I like how minimalistic this song is. That's all I wrote, but I really appreciated that. Next up is Flicker. I didn't love this song. I think just because it was in Island. It's not me like having negative feelings from the show or anything. It's just that I kind of think it worked better for the first people that I heard sing it. And I think it's just different because like obviously something like Given Taken or Let Me In or their other songs were like written specifically for them, but Flicker was kind of just like written as a song and then they sang it on Island and now here they are singing it again. Like it doesn't have like that very specific like it was made for them quality, so I don't think it really suits them as well as the other songs on here do. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the actual songs. But I will say about the outro, how I liked how they referenced the next comeback because it was like there was like circusy sounding music in it, and obviously the next one's Border Carnival. So yeah, but I'm getting ahead of myself. I'll talk about the outros later, but just wanted to say that. I really liked this mini album, and my favorite songs were Given Taken, Let Me In, and 10 Months. Next up is Border Carnival. Do I really need to say anything? Like, do I really have to sit here and tell you how I feel about this album? Because I feel like we can all take a wild guess, but I'm going to tell you anyway. Drunk-dazed completely deserves the hype. It's a party song, but not in like the generic way. Like, I feel like I've never heard a song like this one before. I love the outro, and the whole song just captures this crossroad between chaos and fun. Like, it may be dangerous, but it's so enticing and it's pulling you in so much that you don't even care. I just love the way it captures that feeling. On to the B-sides. First, we have Fever. I couldn't even put my finger on why I love this song so much, but I do. And apparently, everyone else does too, because literally before I even listened to this song all the way through, I knew the words because it was on like every social media so much. But in the track list, it creates a really great contrast between Drunk Days. Like they obviously go together, but they're not the same. So I really liked that. Not for Sale. I love the repetition in the verses, and the way the pre chorus pulls back makes the chorus hit that much harder. And next up is Mixed Up because I really like this song. It brings back a lot of the fun of Drunk Days. Like if I almost imagine this mini album as like a pendulum or like a swinging chandelier, because you have Drunk Days over here at like the height, and then we like swoop down and get Fever and Not for Sale, and then we come back up with Mixed Up. I just love the guitar and how it brings a rock undertone to the song, and the way they sing together in the chorus gives me classic boy group vibes, but the song is still very unique. Overall, this mini album was so good. Don't even have any favorite songs listed because I honestly love all of them. So yeah. Lastly, we have Dimension Dilemma. I like tamed-dashed. The beginning is like it kind of throws me off though, because when he first starts singing, I feel like it's not properly synced with the beat. I don't know if that's just me, but like every single time I listen to the song, the beginning kind of just like irks me a little. Anyway, but this song kind of like it does complement Drunk Days in a way, I think. I like it. And also, I'm pretty sure the release of this album got messed up because of the members getting sick. So I'm not going to mention the fact that they came out with the summer song in October. Onto the B-sides, we have Upper Side Dreamin'. I like this song. The vocals are really fun and has a slight video game sound to it and like a nice little groove accompanying it. So I like that one. Next up is Just a Little Bit. This song is really calming and it's very pretty. It has like a Christmas sort of vibe to it. I don't know if that's just me, but like I like the backing vocals. They add a lot of like layering and depth. Next is Go Big or Go Home. I was kind of iffy on this song at first, but I've decided that I like it. It does kind of err more on the side of being generic just because it's like, beat drop song, woo, club moment. But I think what I like about this song is that the structure doesn't feel super rigid. Like it's not like verse one, pre chorus, chorus, verse two, so on and so forth. I think there's kind of some going back and forth in between like repeated parts or whatever. Maybe I just made this up because when I was listening to it the first time, I'm like, I don't know what's going on. But I think that sort of like structure really like pulls you into this song, and the fact that it's like it kind of just bounces between it and there's a lot of repeating verses. It doesn't feel repetitive. It kind of feels like it's just like we're going, like we're in a little cycle. So I really like that. And I like the vocals before the drop as well. Now, Blockbuster, we have like a complete like shift. I love how intense this song is. The guitar is really good. And I like how different the pre-chorus is from the chorus. Like there's definitely like a little flip going on there, but I like it. I think it works. It's not jarring. And lastly, we have Attention Please. Are we getting enhypen's emo era? Is that what I'm to understand? I like absolutely live for pop punk. So I love this. I love how much energy the song has and the guitar solo. I will say that their vocals kind of get a little lost in the instrumental. It kind of feels like at some parts, rather than like their voices leading the song and the instrumental complementing that, it feels more like the instrumentals leading and their vocals kind of fade into the background. I do like this album. I'm excited to see what the repackage will be like. My favorite songs were Blockbuster and Attention Please. Overall, I really like their discography. I feel like they have a lot of things going for them. One of them being their concept, not only like the whole vampire thing and how they add that into everything, I like that as well, but just how they're able to like immerse you into whatever concept or theme it is they're going for. And I feel like one thing that really helps them do this is the intros and the outros. They're just so cool and they're so immersive. It's like, ooh, even if, to be completely honest, when I listen to these albums going forward, will I be listening to the intros and the outros? No. But when you're listening to it for the first time, it's like, ooh, shiny new thing. And it helps you understand more of what's going on. It makes you think more about the music and how it fits into like the storyline and everything. And I just think that their mini albums are so good at capturing like a specific mood, like saying, this is what we want to go for, and here's how we're going to do it, without every song sounding the exact same or just kind of recycling old stuff. Like, I think Border Day One and Border Carnival are so good at this. And I kind of think Border Carnival is like a little better at it, but that's probably just because I kind of like that sound more than what they went for on Border Day One. But yeah, those two things are just really like prevalent, that they know how to make a cohesive mini album and that their concept is like always going to be like on point. My only like gripe, quote unquote, is it's very small. So like take this with a grain of salt. It's just like a thing to think about going forward. And this is kind of a concern that I expressed in my hot sauce video, but it was more between NCT Dream and NCT 127, but it kind of applies to them as well. It's just like with Big Hit going forward, pause. I know they're not called Big Hit anymore, but I'm gonna call them Big Hit. And I also know that enhypen are not technically under Big Hit, like they're under another like one of their family of labels, but they might as well be under the same label since like TXT is collabing with them. It's just, you get what I mean when I say that. Going forward, like how will Big Hit kind of differentiate between their fourth gen groups? Because it's like obvious that like, TXT and Hypen are very different from BTS, so I feel like we don't really need to worry about that. But when it comes to Hypen and TXT, I'm kind of like, I don't know. Like, I think they kind of have their things going now, but just things like Attention Please and Blockbuster being on this album at like the same time that TXT just got done with their whole like emo pop punk era. It's kind of like, okay, are we getting like recycled TXT B-sides? Like, there's no way of really knowing, but like it kind of makes you think that. So I just feel like the music shouldn't have that sort of like overlap. You know what I mean? The song should be so different that I don't even think that. But it's not something where it's like I feel like they're rehashing TXT's concept or that they're too similar or anything like that. Just something to kind of like think about going forward. So I kind of hope that they go in their like own direction and split off at least a little more from TXT. And again, this is really like, this is between enhypen and TXT specifically. This is not like enhypen being generic overall or like that they sound like any other boy group out there. It's really just these two, which like is bound to happen when you have like similar management and stuff like that. And it happens with other companies as well. So it's not that big of a deal. But anyway, yeah, I really like their discography, and I'm gonna give them an A. Wow, I feel like their future is very promising, so I'm excited to see what they do next, and specifically for the repackage. As always, thank you for watching, and I will see you in my next video.